This building comes down, you got no chance. Can you all go back there, please? Please?
Fez, that's the only name he had time to give us, was injured by a falling table in the restaurant where he works. As he spoke to us, another aftershock hit.
What happened? Actually, I was coming, and was stuck in the door and I hit with the table, the table in the restaurant. Yeah, 2-3 people just fallen on me. Yeah, so.
One of the city's most well-known landmarks, the cathedral, suffered massive damage. Inside, someone clung to a window as the ground shook.
Look at this, and I'm sure there's some people under there. And we've got some folk up there that we want to try and get out, but of course emergency are all over the place dealing with gas leaks and God knows what else. It's just huge. It is huge. And, the building's a building. The really important thing are the people. And we just don't know if there are people under this rubble. I feel there are.
Okay, what's the here? We've got
there's people inside, you can't get to them, so the main thing in now is just to get people out of Central City so no one else gets hurt.
As rescuers began assessing the damage, there was word about the woman in the window, but it came mixed with deep concern.
The lady in the top window there, we got her out, she had a broken arm. So we got her out, and in the main chamber, there's nobody there. Right. Or if there is, they passed away.
So you've been in?
I went into the chamber. I went with another gentleman. We had hard hats on. I yelled out 3 times, anybody there? There was dead silence there. There was no replies. I've done that twice, 10 minutes apart. I believe there's nobody in there. If there is, they're probably unconscious or passed away.
There are reports a group of people were inside the building looking for structural damage after the first quake when the second one hit. The outlook for them is bleak.
Basically, when the shocks happened, there was people up in the tower. That's full of rubble. They probably passed away. I'd like to go in, but we've got to wait until search and rescue to go inside.
Just down the road, a group of doctors from Melbourne were attending a medical conference and raced to the cathedral to help.
We're just waiting for them to clear that, that there's any structural damage that would put us at harm, and once we get that okay, then we'll head in and try and help some people.
Yeah,
for the time being, we're just trying to accumulate any supplies that we can, and we've taken some from the stores around, and everyone's been very helpful.
As a 3 News camera got a glimpse inside the cathedral, it was able to confirm the terrible damage. The tower, which people were thought to be inside when the earthquake struck, was now in ruins on the floor. Jane Luscombe, 3 News.
And you'll have noticed we've dropped all of our commercial breaks from tonight's hour-and-a-half-long program. That's to keep the flow of information coming to you without a break. In a moment, we will have a brief summary of today's other stories from New Zealand and around the world, but for now we remain with Christchurch. And as we reported earlier, officials are now saying 65 people are confirmed dead in today's earthquake. And it's feared more bodies will be found in the rubble that's still being searched tonight. Christchurch Mayor Bob Parker is live from Christchurch now. Mr. Parker, what information do you have?
Well, the numbers that you've mentioned are certainly the numbers that I'm aware of, and I'm aware that it's could double, to be honest with you. We just don't know, and I think the danger is to try to put a specific number on it at this time. Our approach at the moment across the city and across the areas where we've got the significant damage is to go in there looking for survivors, and that will be our approach all night. As you've already heard from the Prime Minister, we've got a significant number of additional USAR staff arriving, and it's absolutely crucial that when we send people in, we can first of all assure that they aren't also going to be victims of this extraordinarily tragic day, but that also they've got the right skill set and we've got the right people to get in. And all over the city right now, there is not a single family, not a single person who is not worried about someone they know or have worked with, or who is part of their lives in some way. So it's a tragedy which is unbelievable.
And we talk of these fatalities. Do you know if they're in a particular part of the city, or are they widespread?
I think that we could say, with what we know at the moment, that it's very much focused in the central city area. We know that there were casualties among people who were walking in their lunch break alongside some of the buildings in the central city area. You've heard about the cathedral, you've heard about one high-rise in town which has collapsed, and there are believed to be a significant number of people in there. I've spoken to some of those who got out, and they're telling me, look, they know there are people alive in there, and we've been assuring them we're doing absolutely everything we can. The USAR people, the defence forces here in the city, the police, the ambulance services. We are ensuring that we are keeping capacity in our main hospital tonight by medevacing people out to outlying hospitals so that that capacity can be sustained throughout the night as we bring casualties in. And I